Hello, welcome to Labor Day Live. This is the live stream for the Virgo new moon happening today. Where is it? Right here. This is also the live stream for the week ahead. So I'm going to talk about the new moon today, Monday, September 6th, and moving forward. And then, we'll see. This is just going to be a very chill. This is Labor Day, and you guys that know me know that I am a huge union activist and super into all that and all about the. Okay, I don't want to make this definitely like a. I kind of do want to make this a labor. Oh, hey Al, welcome. I kind of do want to use this as kind of riff on some labor stuff, but I will not. I will keep this a very. Spirituality is above politics. Okay, first of all. Hey, Justin. Oh, hey, welcome. Well, hopefully everyone's just hanging out and chilling, but Hey, Matt, welcome. Thank you for the emojis, guys. Aw. Okay. Hey, Jeff's here. Hello, Jeff. Welcome. Welcome, guys. Okay, yeah, so like I said, this is going to be a chill, Labor Day live where we just get to take one moment to commemorate all of the people. Sorry, I am such a labor person. Haymarket, like everything. So, the 8-hour workday and everything that everyone's had to go through so that, we can stand on where we stand on now and the fight continues. Not like it's a fight, but it's like a fight. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Clarice is here. Reindeer's here. Hey guys, welcome. Okay. Well, here in the U.S. Okay, I'm done. I'm off my Labor Day soapbox. Okay, let's talk about the new moon. This is happening right now. Today, we're in it. The new moon in the sign of Virgo. 14 degrees of Virgo with Mars. There's so many different things to touch on and really make you guys cognizant and aware of. So one of those things is that the new moon is with Mars. So first of all, a new moon is going to be dark. It's going to be very, very dark. The full moon is when there's that illumination, there's light, and there's that big spotlight reflecting the light of the sun back to itself, back, between each other. So the new moon is being overwhelmed by Mars a little bit in how I'm feeling this. And so it's like we're going to really feel like the zinger. We're going to really feel like, I want that. I don't want that. This is weird. This I like. This is, I want more details on this. I need more information here. I want more specifics. I want to be very, very specific. I want to be very detailed. It's like the bullseye. You want to shoot your shot and hit your mark. So this, over the next couple of weeks, actually, it has this energy to it, this new beginning of ours. And so we'll know these next 2 weeks, like the big thing, the big, what this will have to do with, but it'll be 6 months and then it'll culminate in the Virgo full moon. So that's number one. Number one, Mars is adding so much passion and drive and fervor and like the need to be punctual, the need to just know what's what, be specific and get the information so that it can do something with all that information. Because Mars always has an agenda. Whenever Mars is moving through our lives, like it's like, oh, that's where we're always like trying to do things and get all up in it. So the second thing that I want to mention about this new moon is the opposition to Neptune retrograding in the sign of Pisces. So, hold on. Let the party commence. Yay! Me too, Natalie. I'm the chief shop steward at my job, and I'm the executive board for my local joint board. Justin, how cool. Oh, yay, more labor stuff. Junior, hey, Natalie, off on my day off at work. I'm getting positive vibes from you and positive thoughts. I'm good, Junior. Yay. On my off day at work. Love that. I love that. And I am so, honestly, for years and years of my life, I've had like this driving passion for middle-class Americans and improving conditions for middle-class Americans. So it's like a huge, Labor Day is like a huge thing for me. So I'd love to hear this stuff. Okay. Back to Neptune, the opposition. So with this new moon opposing Neptune in Pisces, and you guys, if you guys like go back through my Instagram, you see like with the rallies and everything, I'm feeling so nostalgic now. I'll probably post about it on my Instagram later. My Instagram's Watch Natalie. It's the same here. So in this opposition to Neptune, here we have this energy of Mars trying to be very pointed, trying to be very specific. And then we have Neptune on the other side of the sky, not giving any of that away, wanting to just be dreamy and vague and ambiguous and not have any boundaries and not have any lines and not have any restrictions or not have any details or not have any inclination of where something's going to go or how it's going to be. And just last Thursday, we had the Mars opposing Neptune go exact. So luckily at the new moon, because it's already passed, it should be something disintegrating at this time. So over the next 2 weeks, there should be some lies, deception, tomfoolery, shenanigans, misunderstandings, misapprehensions that are being cleared up. That's what we've got going for us. A couple weeks before that, that was like the end of August. That is when we actually had Mercury opposing Neptune in the sky. And so that was difficult because we needed to get clear verbally and logistically, or, you know, whatever happened to be. Actually, that one was a little bit worse because we don't have the benefit of having it being something that's like disintegrating. It already popped, but again, we're going to have another opposition, and this time it's going to be the sun. It's going to be the 14th, on Tuesday the 14th. Everyone circle your calendars, because that sun opposite Neptune energy is going to make something clear as attack, like just very clear, very obvious, and our egos will be involved, our identities will be involved, our life purpose may even be involved in some way, shape, or form. So at this time, at this new moon, it's Mars, like I said, waning in aspect, but still holding true to that, still wanting to get clear and find details. So wherever this Virgo area of life, and I'm gonna do this afterwards on Patreon and go through all 12 zodiac signs, but wherever this is happening, this is where you have this big drive to start over in one sense, but also to start over kind of from a clean slate from the past. There's this Jupiter retrograde, Saturn retrograde involved. So we're really trying to change. This is a big, big lunation for change, for actionable, visible change that you can see in the 3D. The next thing I'm going to talk about is what we've all been talking about, like first and foremost, and that is the grand Earth trine between the new moon, the sun, the moon, and Mars, and Uranus retrograding in Taurus, and Pluto retrograding in the sign of Capricorn. So this is adding a whole other like element. This is adding a whole other dimension, if you will, to this new moon lunation over these next 2 weeks. So over these next 2 weeks, we've got this grand Earth trine activating immediately, completely. And what this means is that physical things in our lives, like where we live, how we live, who we talk to, who we don't talk to, what we do every day, one part of our daily routine, however it's working in your life, or even for some of us, it's going to be totally internal if these are the houses that these earth signs rule for you. But this is where the sweeping change is just like coming in like a lightning bolt. And it's like a lot of things can change very quickly, very fast, and it's going to blindside us. We're going to be the ones that blindside other people with the things that we're doing and the things that we're changing in our lives. So this new moon is really activating some big energy that has been ongoing. Like Pluto and Uranus have been in these signs like for a little bit already, especially Pluto since Aught 8. So you've already been seeing and experiencing changes and having to do things differently. So this new moon is like a shot in the arm. It's like a really big boost. And so whatever you are trying to accomplish on a conscious level or on a subconscious level, that is what you can expect to really move and look in your life and see what it's showing you, what is already changing, what's already coming to pass. Look at Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're in Monday, but look to leading up to this, because that's the dark of the new moon's already dark, but it's even darker. It's like the last edges of that the full moon, August, like the 22nd or something, and trying to make way for something new and different. So that should have shown you some of the things that are going to be cleared up, that are going to be illuminated more, that are going to be growing in light, I should say. So we have that. We also have some interesting energy. We have, again, to break it down a little bit, we have Mars in Virgo trining Uranus. We have Pluto in Capricorn trining Uranus, right? This is part of the grand Earth trine. However, Uranus in Taurus is actually squaring Saturn, retrograding in Aquarius, and this is part of the ongoing. It's not like totally exact. It's a little bit wide, but it's still roping in the change of the year and what's going to take us into 2022. So this is going to be a little bit, not so much speeding with the parking brake on, but this is going to be more so that these changes are just going to be a little bit big and fast and furious, where they're in this one, because Uranus has so much support from Pluto and the new moon. I feel like Uranus actually has more power at this lunation than Saturn does. Saturn is trining Mercury. Saturn is also trining the North Node. So the best that we're going to get out of the Saturn energy is going to be able to think and talk through a lot of the different. Actually, this is okay. Let me put it this way. This is a grand air trine that Saturn's involved in. Saturn with Mercury in Libra with the North Node in Gemini. This is, hold on, sorry, my phone. So this is really, really great for your strategy, for taking you this big change, whatever. I don't have to talk so loud. Whatever is feeling like a big change, whatever is feeling like it's moving so fast, whatever is feeling like it is like, whoa, that is all part of it. That is all part of what is actually serving your growth and serving the next epoch of your life, or the next era of your life, is really what it feels like. We are in the season where we have to adapt to a different season. It's the end of summer, moving into the beginning of fall. And so that's what these mutable signs do. We have Virgo to help move us into fall. And so we're changing into a whole other, I don't want to say we're changing into a whole other animal, but we're changing into a whole other vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's like going from swimsuits all day, every day, to thermals and wool socks. Love wool socks. You know, it's kind of like that, but for you in your life, it's something totally different. It's going to be relationships. It's going to be it's going to be something. So to have the benefit of this grand air trine and the benefit of this grand earth trine, this is telling me that you're going to be able to roll with these changes if you just keep an open mind. You want to be very open to opportunity. You want to only take action that is truly inspired. With this square to Saturn, this can be like you want to just break out for the sake of being different, or you want to rebel for the sake of rebelling. And that's going to blow up. Like, that's going to drive you, like, you're going to steer, you won't be able to steer that fast car, and it'll go into a ditch or something. With Saturn squaring Uranus, and as part of this grand air trine, the message is to be responsible every step of the way, but not to anybody else first, to yourself first, to your own integrity first. Saturn in Aquarius and retrograde is everyone just rethinking their integrity in terms of what they're giving to a collective, or how they are either trying to understand people or trying to judge people. We're seeing a lot of that happening. And even, everyone's going to have very strong ideas about life and people and politics and the world and spirituality and like everything under the sun. And what it's really coming down to is the individual, and the need for the individual to take inspired action that's authentic, and to keep an open mind that is pure of all outside influences, including the influences from our families, our parents, our siblings, our friend groups, our social media, our whoever that happens to be, the people that populate our lives. What do they think of us? This is like such a huge thing that people care so much about. Or what does social media think of me, or whatever. This Saturn Uranus energy just being activated again with these two grand trines. It's just so interesting, because you're like, I feel like things are kind of happening. Okay, whatever is happening that it might feel like it's too fast, or you might feel like you're not ready for it, you are ready for it. That's the thing here. Because like the fact that this is all happening so perfectly, like, and easily, like the change is just like, with this new moon, like it's just something that isn't under our control. All we can really do is respond to it. So what you do want to do, what is in your control, is what I'm talking about with this grand air trine with Saturn and Mercury and the North Node. What you need to do is take a bigger view of what's going on and look at the bigger picture. Because when you do that, you're better able to take responsibility for any little things that may be coming up in the moment. And it looks like you do have the benefit of this Mercury in Libra to go back and forth between all the different people in your lives and negotiate, or to try to make it like a little bit better. Try to, if someone's not happy with your life decision, you can talk to them and, try to smooth things over or get them to understand, but like in a very diplomatic way. That's ideal. But I mean, yay. College football. Oh, hey, Black Mountain Plays. Oh, yay. Love Black Mountain Plays. Happy Labor Day, my dear. Oh, I should be having a whole thing there. Okay. So that's a big thing. You have a lot of support, to deal with these changes. Let's talk about one of the crunchier parts of this. So just yesterday on Sunday, we had Venus in Libra squaring Pluto retrograding in Capricorn. And the best part of this is that it's already over. It was yesterday. And the best part two, is that it's part of this new moon, but because it's already passed, it's another thing that's disintegrating. It's another thing that's coming apart. So with this Venus square Pluto, this is like you come out of the closet and it freaks everybody out. This is you're dating someone or you're in love with someone that no one in your life likes. And it's like, what are you doing? What is this? This is so weird and different and I don't like it and it's unusual and it's not what you usually bring home and it's foreign and different and ill. It could be that. It could be jealousy. It could be obsession. It could be fears. It could be control, where people are trying to control each other. And it's pretty big. It's pretty big and volatile. But like I said, it's over now. It's past. And it's part of this lunation in the sense that it is something that is disintegrating and coming apart. So hopefully it's the negative connotations or it's the negative projections that are unraveling and coming apart. But on the bright side, and even though it's not going to be felt like a bright side, if, wherever these are activating in your life, this Venus in Libra, very strong, and Pluto in Capricorn, very strong. It's like if you have anything to overcome as far as jealousy or possessiveness, if you've been trying to possess somebody, if you've been trying to manipulate and control somebody, that's going to be something that, hopefully is something that disintegrates and we all learn whatever we're supposed to learn. So just know that there is that like element to it. There's also, that's the crunchy part, but Venus is also trining Jupiter retrograde in Aquarius. And so what this is telling me is that, even though there's going to be like a no or a disappointment or something might not even feel fair, that's going to be true for everyone, even if it's not like possessiveness or jealousy or whatever. Every one of us is going to have some part of this new moon that really does not feel fair or that does not feel... It's like, Venus in Libra just wants everyone to get along, wants everything to be fine. But this Pluto in Capricorn is like, the truth must come out, like the truth. And like, it's harsh. Like Pluto is harsh, Capricorn's harsh. So it's like, there's something that Venus is trying to learn before she leaves and goes into Scorpio, speaking of which. So it's like, this has to be ouch. It's just an ouch moment, a big ouch moment, but we all chose to be here at this time to learn this stuff. So, but okay, the positive of this is that Venus is making a positive, beautiful, harmonious connection to Jupiter retrograding in Aquarius. And so what this is telling me is that if you lean into this energy, if you use your conscious decision and free will to choose to use the Venus Jupiter, you will actually be able to see the bigger picture of what's going on in your life. You'll actually be able to see that thing that's not fair, it doesn't feel fair, and you step back and you look at it and it, you know what, it makes a little bit more sense. that's what you can do with this. You can also like if your son brings home someone that you just don't like, it's never someone that you would have ever thought they would bring home. You don't like them on sight. You just don't get a good vibe from them, and you just feel this urge to like sabotage this connection and manipulate your son against this person. You know, a guy or another guy or a girl or whatever happens to be. You know, that might be your initial reaction, and maybe you make this person feel very unwelcome in your home at the beginning or whatever this happens to be. But when you calm down a little bit, maybe that was Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday, you know, after the dust settles a little bit, maybe you can come around and say, you know what, if my son's happy, that's what I really care about, is that they treat each other with respect, they take good care of themselves and each other, they're fair, they're good to each other, they make each other happy. Like, that really should be it. It shouldn't be that it's the same gender and I get upset. It shouldn't be that they believe something politically different than I do and I get upset. It should, you know, it's like, what really matters? What do I really care about? And what is like the big picture? Because the big picture would be, well, maybe we're not going to go see you as much if we know that you hate my spouse, if we know that you hate different people than you, if we know that you're so resistant to, I don't know, whatever happens to be. I'm just picking things as an example, but it's going to be, you're going to have to make the choice, because you can stew on what's not fair. You can really like zero in on that. You can just get as much juice out of that Venus Pluto as you possibly can. But then you're going to waste the other great energy. You're going to waste the grand Earth trine. You're going to waste the grand air trine. You're going to waste the connection of Venus to Jupiter. And it won't matter, because all you're obsessed about, all you're really putting your focus and energy and attention on, is what's not fair and what's not going right for you and what you're not getting and why you're not happy and what you want to be different and you cannot change. It's out of your control to change it. So, you know, with all of this stuff, you guys, with tarot, with astrology, with psychism, it's always free will. That's the basis and the nucleus of everything that this is about. All of these other things are tools to help you make a conscious decision in your best interest, so that you're not making a decision from an unconscious place, from a part of you that is unhealed, that needs to do their shadow work, so that you don't self-sabotage. We all pick our poisons. We all have karma that we're here, that we're born with, to work out and to reap. So it's like, that's always going to be the truth with any of these, whether any aspect or lunation or anything. So just had to give you that Saturnian dose. I'm very Saturn ruled, so just had to make it like that. And that's actually today, that Venus Jupiter is perfecting today. I'm not sure what time, but so, you know, you want to look at the bigger picture, and you want to, if you love someone, you give them space when they ask for that, and you just trust that they will figure it out. If you really love someone, you accept them for who and what they are, and you don't say yes right now because you hope to change them in the future. You don't say yes right now because you're like, you know what, or is this going to change? It's going to be different. I recommend just who people are as they come to you, and you just love and accept it if you really do, and you'll feel it, you'll know that. So it's like, whatever you need to release the grip on, whatever this Venus Pluto is for you, whether it's, you know, a competition between you and a coworker at, you know, in your company, or whether this is a power play between you and a parent, or whether this is something going on between you and you and your spouse, or if this is something with your family, you know, whatever this happens to be, you have the power to feel differently about it. And I'm saying that so specifically because these kinds of energies, this Venus Pluto, can make you feel disempowered. And that is where the not fair comes in. It's not fair. This isn't fair to me. It doesn't feel good. It's not fair. That's giving your power away. And it's okay to feel that. You're going to feel what you feel, but just eventually, I want you to take that power back. I want you to call that power back to yourself and say, life isn't fair. Human life isn't fair. Human government is not fair. Human constructs, human institutions, anything having to do with the human element is not going to be fair. It's just not. So, even the great institutions that this came up in my Zoom session, even the great institutions that are erected with very idealistic, powerful people that want to do really great things for other human beings on this planet, they get perverted or they become outdated, or, they don't die with that the people that started it that way, and then other people with nefarious purposes inherit these institutions and these powers, and they abuse them, they misuse them, and it gets perverted and whatever. So it's like, this is why everything is about you guys developing your own spiritual power and you guys having the psychic experiences, because it's just like not enough. I'm here to teach you guys how to do it, to teach you guys how to take this power back, and to teach you guys how to really be the masters of your own ship in your own life, because that's the spiritual power is the only way that it's going to feel, that's the only way you're going to feel like you have like a real handle on your life, or a real control over your life, or a real grip on your existence. And there are so many things in life that push you and rattle you and push you off of your balance of whatever is keeping you balanced. And for different people, it's different things. For some people, it's their marriage that hunkers them down, that makes them feel secure. For other people, it's their career that makes them feel, I know who I am in this world. For other people, it's their children that define who they are. But all of those things can be taken away, or can change, or be all of the everything. So that's why I just don't want you guys to I just don't want anyone to get really juiced up in this Venus Pluto, because it's pretty intense. It's really intense. Hey, Brad, welcome. John's here. Astis here. And Jasmine's here. Hey, guys, welcome. Oh, I love you guys. Grace of Chaos is here. Oh my gosh, the Grace of Chaos. I've been unemployed for over a year and got hired today on Labor Day. Oh my gosh, congratulations, the Grace of Chaos. That's incredible. And especially to get hired on, hey, Troy's here too, and especially to get hired on Labor Day. That's beautiful. Oh my God. Toy, all of the good photons to the Grace of Chaos. Goodness gracious. I'm such a labor person. So use this Virgo new moon to really zero in on what's good for you. Virgo's about mutable energy. So it's about being adaptable and changing into, from hot girl summer into, I don't know what they're going to call fall, but whatever they call it, into fall. And it's like a health issue. It's a health thing. So, at this time with the opposition to Neptune, that's another thing that can be on the docket for us, is that we're really getting a shot in the arm about what's not good for us health wise, whether that's mental health or physical health. So, I feel like you really want to listen to your body. I woke up, guys, with I had been battling a headache all morning, and it was just such a bummer, because I wanted to have fun. I wanted to do something fun for Labor Day, and I just couldn't. I tried, and it just took a long time, but luckily I was able to get rid of it by the time for my Zoom session. And so I thought I'd just come on here and just say hey and talk about the new moon in Virgo and that kind of thing. But just taking the headache part of it, just to really having to pay attention to what your body is telling you, what your body is saying, and really pay attention to your own wants and needs, because they can be challenged. They can be very challenged, especially with this Venus Pluto at play. There can be someone trying to manipulate you, or trying to make you believe something about yourself, or trying to make you want something you don't want, or try to make you not want something that you do want, or it could just be games, these games, and no one's gonna come that way to you in the beginning, or make it look like that, I'm not playing any games, but they are, if you say you want something and they're arguing with you about how you feel, or something like that, you guys know all the different little things. So there's a lot to kind of take in on this new moon. Watch what it shows you, because okay, so let me just move forward for the week. So wandering around the fifth dimension. Oh yeah, so sorry guys, but I haven't checked the the KP index, and with the KP index just measures the Earth's vibrational electromagnetic field, and they have like these little. Anyway, I'll get into that later. But so going through this week, we have on Tuesday we have the moon in Virgo opposing Neptune, then trining Pluto going exact, and then conjuncting Mars going exact. So Tuesday is going to be a very, how would I say this? Tuesday, you're going to be feeling exactly like what you want, or what you want to be specific about, or what's really important to you, or you're going to be very active in pushing your agenda forward in this Virgo area of life. So if you're a Virgo sun sign or rising sign, there's something you want that you're pushing across the table that you are very adamant about, and that you very much want to, you could be negotiating, you could be, I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing something there. It's like you're being very much like pulled and led by this. On Wednesday, the moon's going to be in Libra, trining Saturn retrograding in Aquarius and conjuncting Mercury in Libra later in the day. So Wednesday looks really great. Wednesday looks like a very peaceful day. So if you wanted to use a day for negotiating or for solidifying contracts, talks, negotiations, agreements, or if you're the Mercury person going between two different people, two different parties, that could be a great day where a resolution is found, or where something comes together very, very well, especially if you're connecting mentally with somebody else. Then Thursday, that same Libra moon will square Pluto in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Aquarius, and then conjunct Venus. So Thursday is going to bring that up again. Thursday is going to bring up this Venus-Pluto energy, with the moon connecting with Venus, who's like, But keep in mind that this is the last energy that Venus is going to get before moving into Scorpio on Friday. So I feel like you're probably going to feel feelings about it. And in this connection, though, to Jupiter, if you haven't been able to see the bigger picture over the weekend because it was visceral, it was hot, it was happening, or Monday right now, today, through maybe Thursday, someone will be able to like mentally see their emotions and like be able to get a better perspective on things. And that'll happen if someone truly deeply wants diplomacy and success in the relationship above them getting what they want, above that Pluto. So it'll be a good time for people's true colors to kind of be revealed. But that's the end result. That's always the bottom line. If you love someone, back to the example, if your son brings home a boy instead of a girl and you're just like heartbroken over it, like what's the bottom line? The bottom line is you love your son. The bottom line is you love them as a human being, not for a projection, not for your identity, whatever happens to be. So the bottom line is if you love this person, you will love who they love, and you will welcome who they love, and you will give them a fair chance. Okay, there's so much Princess Diana energy that I've been getting lately, and I'm getting such a heavy outcast, but like family outcast energy that I feel so many people relate to. Just wanting to be loved by like the one person that just does not love you, and like doesn't matter that the whole world loves you. It doesn't matter. So it's like, I would hate for anyone to feel that way, or like that's just horrible. That's just so mean. So with Thursday, there could be, a really nice maturation process where you or someone around you, that Libra moon is going to square Pluto. So it's going to hurt. It's going to be, you have to like tone down your ego, or someone's going to have to just like bite a bullet. But if you really love that person, then you just love them. Like you just love who they are. You just love them. Like love is love. There's no conditions or projections or expectations or anything like that. You just love them. You want the best for them. You want them to have good experiences. You want them to be happy. And then you just go for the ride. if it's safe for you to do so. We're not talking about this is don't use all of that for like supporting a toxic abusive relationship, of course. Okay, that takes us to Friday the 10th, and this is where Venus enters Scorpio. So Venus entering Scorpio is going to make things really intense, really serious, because Venus was just trying to make peace. Libra energy, like Venus in Libra, is like you're saying things that I don't agree with, that I don't like, and I'm not stopping the flow of the conversation because I want to see where this is going to go eventually, like in the end, and see where there's wiggle room where I can make a compromise with you. Venus in Scorpio is not like that at all. Venus in Scorpio is like, this is who I am, take it or leave it. This is what I want, it will or won't. It's black or white. Scorpio is very black or white energy. So Venus being in Scorpio is going to be like just really wherever the Scorpio area of your life is, that's going to be very, very activated. You're going to have very strong wants and you're just going to have very strong reactions, very black or white reactions as Venus moves through the sign and moves to connect with other entities, which next week she will square Saturn. Next week is a serious week, actually. It's kind of serious. The week after that, Venus will oppose Uranus in Taurus. That'll be exciting. And then the week after that, Venus will trine Neptune, and then they will square Jupiter retrograding in Aquarius. So, and that's just like a little for the rest of September. So Venus in Scorpio is going to have a road ahead of them. Okay. Now, another thing happening just before I continue is today Mercury enters shadow. So Mercury retrogrades 3 to 4 times a year. This is energy that we're all very familiar with. And if you can just strategize for it, it doesn't need to be a big thing. Mercury is retrograding in Libra, entering the shadow today, will station retrograde on September 26th until October 18th, and then they will station direct, but they will not exit the shadow period until November 2nd. So everything from Monday, August 30th to September 26th that we've been thinking about, talking about, who we've been talking to, what we've been negotiating, what we've been planning, what we've been trying to bring together, all of this we're going to continue to move forward on with what we know right now. And then we're going to rethink all of it. And then we're going to possibly even reorganize or rethink or redo some of the things that we're doing in the month of September, and like maybe even like take it all apart and put it back together in a whole different way, but really deconstruct some of the things that are not working so that we can strengthen the things about this month that are working, that we really, really like, that is developing. And then at the end of September, and this is going to take us into October and November, then we're going to actually this is going to be like a fall energy. So after the retrograde, the October 18th to November, beginning of November, then we're going to move over the same degrees all over again. So November is going to be like September, but way different because of what we have learned and what we have done and the things that we've changed and that we've recognized that we need to change. So this Mercury retrograde period is going to be a lot. So today enters the shadow. I'm saying look back to Monday, August 30th, but you can start counting from today, from this new moon. And it's just interesting, like this new moon, like Mercury's in a retrograde at 25 degrees of Libra. And at this new moon, Pluto's at 24 degrees of Capricorn, and Venus is at 25 degrees of Libra. Jupiter's at 24 degrees of Aquarius. Like there's just like some interesting like points here. So I'm going to say whatever this Venus Pluto thing was about for you, whatever doesn't feel fair or whatever didn't feel fair, and whatever you're working through and maturing through and growing into with Venus connecting with Jupiter at this new moon over the next 2 weeks is going to be something that is going to be a bigger topic for all of us over the next couple months, September, October, and November. So it's kind of significant. Whatever this Venus at 25 degrees of Libra is getting hit on by Pluto, that's going to be like a thing. It's going to be a thing. Okay. So back to Friday, the moon in Scorpio will oppose Uranus retrograding in Taurus. And then on Saturday, the 11th, that Scorpio moon is going to do so much more. It's going to sextile, actually, the sun's going to sextile the moon. That moon in Scorpio is going to trine Neptune, going to sextile Pluto in Capricorn, square Jupiter in Aquarius, retrograde, and then sextile Mars in Virgo. So Saturday is going to be a big day. The weekend's going to be another big weekend of activating a lot of change and just taking in so much just energetic information as well. Sunday on the 12th, the moon will be in Sagittarius, sextiling, that's right, Saturn retrograding in Aquarius, and will conjoin the South Node, which is the past and karma. So this upcoming weekend, 10th, 11th, and 12th, looks like a purge weekend of purging the past, purging karma, and purging things, because this Venus in Scorpio, it's like Venus going through Libra. This is what Venus is paying for. Venus going through Libra wanted to make everything nicey nice, but you know what? That could have resulted in a form of deception, and it could have resulted in hurt feelings. And who's responsible for that? Venus in Libra is responsible for that, because that was the one going back and forth between all of the different parties. That was the one trying to make everyone happy. And this is one of the downfalls of that, is that there were probably, and Mercury, let's see, Mercury at this time trining Saturn, the right part of the grand air trine. So Mercury, using the grand air trine and to talk things through is probably going to be the best bet, because I really feel like what got Venus into trouble is maybe even outright lying, maybe even outright deception. But the best of it would be that there was a situation just trying to not hurt anybody. It's always like that, right? Try not to hurt anybody, trying to, this could even be at work where, you didn't want to break some bad news to somebody, but then it just happened in a worser way than would have happened if you just talk to your coworker or talk to the boss or something, and it just really blew up, or, obviously interpersonal relationships, anything like that. So, really pay attention, look in your diaries and your journals and your phones and your photo rolls and everything for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because that's going to be something that we return to. That's going to be something that once Venus enters Scorpio on the 10th, there's no more of that. There's no more trying to make it nice. There's no more trying to make everybody happy, because Venus has to honor their integrity. That's what I love about Scorpio and Capricorn, is honoring the integrity. So Venus drops down in dignity, but it's like they're more at the mercy of this concept of integrity, of standing for what you love and what you believe in. And that's why there's no sugar on top with that Scorpio energy. It's very black and white, and it needs to be that way so that everything's clear in no uncertain terms. So that's why this weekend looks like a little bit of an adjustment, and it leads you right into the quarter moon on Monday, the 13th in Sagittarius, more South Node, karmic type energy. So, it's like, this is really showing you what it is this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, this new moon, everything in this week. But this next weekend is another adjustment that's going to take this new moon, what this Mars in Virgo is driving for, and going to add an element to make it more so, to make it more concrete, to make it more real. And so in order to do that, it looks like we are having to let go of something of the past, whether that's an ideology or the should energy. Sagittarius likes to have a lot of expectations about, more should energy, and, has a very clear picture of what the big picture looks like. So if something's happening that doesn't fit into their big picture, it gets upsetting. So, there could be something that's just an adjustment. So we'll see more about that quarter moon. I'll talk to you guys more about it then. But are there any questions? Let's see. Hey, Carl, welcome. Aw, everybody. Yay. I didn't expect, I mean, it's a holiday. Whenever the holiday, I don't expect people to be like here. So thank you guys for learning and for being here for the new moon live stream. If there are no questions, I am going to take this over to Patreon and do I wasn't planning on like one of my high priestesses last week. I was like, let's save time next week for Monday. And she's like, it's a holiday, Natalie. I'm like, what? And I'm like, I can't believe I missed it. But you guys know, it's like the dates and the times, and it's like not even linear. So yeah, I usually don't work Labor Day because of the I like to commemorate and do rallies and stuff, but the headache threw me off, and then other things threw me off. So, but I'm really happy that I had a great Zoom session. So, and that I can be here for you guys. So I will see you guys over on the flip side, over on the Patreon. I think that's the Knights tier. But otherwise, my loves, I will see you guys next time. Until then, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.